Absolutely. Maybe I could do that. That's a fucking fantastic shtick, huh? I was about to say scam, but it's a shtick. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to reach out to Lacey Mosley at Diva Lacey, Divalaci, on all platforms. She's the scam goddess, and I'm ask her if is that cool, and be like, hey, don't give me money, just donate money to like my favorite Kickstarter. Well, donate money to an account, and then I'll donate it to my favorite Kickstarters, and that way I can have all the awesome projects, that I like. Kick a little money towards them and then get them. It's like I want my friends' new comic book anthologies that are coming out. I can't afford them, so somebody else pay for the Kickstarter and then send them to me. Anyway, so and the last Eternal Champion, and this is obviously more because they're infinite, in numbers, I would guess. But the main ones that we encounter in the works of Michael Moorcock. The other one I would talk about is Jerry Cornelius. And there was a film made called The Final Program, which has its moments. They wanted Bowie to play Cornelius, and it didn't happen. Jerry Cornelius changes gender a couple of times. He's and I mean literally transforms. And a lot of that, yeah, and Moorcock covered a lot of that stuff about non-binary shit long before anybody ever thought of it. So I was thinking that what you do is, if you make a film series of the Eternal Champion, which God I would love to do. No, Robert Kirkman doesn't have. Robert Kirkman has Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber, which everyone should read. There's, please read the Chronicles of Amber. So what I would do is, if I was going to do the Eternal Champion as a series, I would suggest you do it as a series, and maybe you don't do it. You do it like you do it like Game of Thrones. Okay, I lost my internet for a second. I don't know if you folks heard what I was saying. But I was saying that you do multiple seasons, and you do... All right, so season 1 definitely got to be pretty much Elric of Melniboné, and then you do you do Sailor on the Seas of Fate. You definitely do Sailor on the Seas of Fate, because then what you do is you have the first season. You have you have Elric leaving Melniboné, his cousin Yirkun seizing the throne. You have Elric obtaining, Stormbringer, and your half season finale, I guess, is the sacking of Imrir the Dreaming City. So after that, you do Sailor on the Seas of Fate, and then you have all of the other Eternal Champions, except for Cornelius, meet Elric and have a really cool adventure together. So that's your season 1. And then you look at a 5-season, what's the word I'm looking for? 5-season outline. All right, so that's season 1. Season 2, you do, season 2, I think you do Hawkmoon, actually, season 2. You know what? You do Hawkmoon season 2. Because that's really good, hack and slash. It's got great bad guys, super science weirdness. You do that. Then season 3, you do Quorum. and you hit him in the fucking feels, man. You hit him in the feels with Corum. Then you do Eric Cassay. And during all of them, Eric Cassay should be... I'm sorry. Eric Cassay should be a framing device for all of them. Then season 4 is where you throw him the fucking curveball. You pull him out of the swords and sorcery. You throw him fucking weird, psychosexual science fiction, and you give him Jerry Cornelius. And if they're willing to do it, you get Tilda Swinton. You got him. You got to get Tilda to play Jerry Cornelius. All right, so then final season. You know what I'm saying. If you're a Moorcock fan, you know what the final season of the Eternal Champion has to be. You end it with Stormbringer. Done. Fucking why are like guys like Benioff and Weiss getting money and I'm collecting $480 a week goddamn unemployment? Venmo, BELLMOJO. Belmojo. Jesus. Sorry, didn't mean to get all pissed off at the end. But, people get where I'm coming from. So yeah, no, and Robert Kirkman has the rights to Roger Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber. And if you are a fan of Swords and Sorcery, if you're a fan, of Jim Butcher, if you're a fan of Stephen R. Law, Head, right? Is that it? Sorry. If you're a fan of any of these modern fantasy guys. I'm going to be like, if you're a fan of modern fantasy guys, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, who've been writing forever. But if you're a fan of any fantasy and you haven't read Zelazny, you really should. I really don't think any writer of multiple dimension or dimensional traveling fantasy doesn't owe a debt to the Chronicles of Amber, which is the story of Corwin, Prince of Amber, who is his brother Eric has wrongfully seized the throne, and their father Oberon's disappearance, and Corwin's memory has been wiped. He has amnesia, and he wakes up in a hospital on an Earth very much like our own, unaware that he is of the royal family of Amber, who have the ability to walk through shadows. And by shadows, all worlds are but shadows of Amber. And the royal family of Amber, by concentrating and just walking and imagining, visualizing their world changing around them, their world does. And that's how they walk through shadow. It's fucking awesome. And the first book is called Nine Princes in Amber. But Corwin also has a plethora of sisters. I forget how many. I think it's like 7. Jeez, I should know. And then there's half sisters and half brothers, and there's they're all. I forget. Oberon had a bunch of wives, and it's been so long. But really, really cool stuff. The thing that I love about Zelazny is when you read Zelazny's SF and fantasy, Zelazny's style of writing is like Chandler, it's like Hammett. It's it's got that kind of like private detective adventure style. That's just there's moments in it where Corwin is basically flat out like he's pulling James Bond style intrigue, but he's doing it in a fantasy setting. The second novel is called The Guns of Avalon, wherein Corwin goes out through shadow and seeks out a material that will imitate the properties of gunpowder in amber. Because gunpowder doesn't work in amber. That's why there's no firearms in amber. And a lot of it's done by dueling, and a lot of the warfare that's fought is fought with, it's still fought with, pre-firearm era tactics, so at least, on amber, and that's one of the things. One of Corwin's brothers is Benedict, who travels through shadow and just studies battles. He's like the master tactician, and and he's the one member of the family that Corwin is truly afraid of. Everybody's afraid of Benedict, even Oberon. I think has got a fear of Benedict. I think definitely a lot of the way people have written Batman in the last 30 years definitely is influenced by Benedict as a character. Wow, man, that's wow. I didn't even really think about that. Damn, that's fucking profound. Wow, I've been going for 27 minutes here, so I'm going to take a little break. I didn't actually get around to reading any Roger Zelazny, but I hope if anybody's listening to this, they're enjoying it. And this is the Literate Nerds. I'm Pat Kennedy. I'll talk to you soon.